Today is Thursday, Parashat Bereshit. We're learning from Chok Israel, the Halacha Psuka for today. Kol elu Berakhot tzarich shelo yafsik ben beracha la'achila. When you say bracha on any food, you shouldn't stop and get involved in any other activity before partaking of that food. So in other words, you say the bracha and immediately after you finish the bracha, you taste some of the food that you said the bracha on. V'tzarich lashmiya le'oznav. And you have to say the beracha loud enough so you can at least hear it yourself. Because the bracha, as you pronounce the words, you should be able to hear the words that you're saying. What about if he doesn't say the beracha loud enough for him to hear himself? He still has fulfilled the obligation of saying the bracha as long as he articulates the words. He has to say the words and pronounce them, even if they're not loud for him to hear it. He has fulfilled the obligation. But he cannot just say the bracha in his mind. That would not be good enough. And the beracha, the blessing that you say on partaking of food, you can say it in any language that you understand. Of course, Hebrew is the preferred language, but if you should understand what you're saying. But if it was said in another language, that also fulfills the obligation of saying a blessing before partaking of the food. Any food that you say bracha on, or a drink, or when you want to smell something, there's a bracha also for smell. You must hold it in your right hand. So let's say you're about to eat an apple, you hold it in your right hand and you say the bracha before eating from that apple. You want to smell, let's say some mint, you say bracha for smelling and you have to hold it in your right hand before you say the bracha, and say the bracha with it in your right hand and then you smell it or you eat it, whatever the case is. You're not allowed to say the blessing on a food or on a drink, on a liquid, unless the food is in front of you. You cannot say the bracha, let's say, on an apple when the apple is still in the kitchen before it came to the dining room. You have to have it in front of you. If you say the bracha before the food was in front of you, you have to say the bracha again because you said the bracha when the food was not there. אבל מי שברך על פירות שלפניו והביאו ליותר מאותו המין או ממין אחר שברכתו כברכת הראשון, אינו צריך לברך. But let's say you made the bracha on an apple, and later, after you eating this apple, they brought then some other fruits, maybe some more apples, or even some pears, or grapes, and other fruit that has the same beracha as the food that you already said the bracha on. You don't have to say a bracha again on that new fruit that was brought in front of you, since you have already said the bracha on an item that has the same beracha as the one that was just brought in front of you. So let's say you're sitting at a table, you start eating some fruits, you made the bracha. After you made the bracha and started and ate from the fruit that you said the bracha on, they brought some more fruit. You don't need to say more berachot. You can continue based on the first bracha you made. נטל בידו פרי לאכלו ברך עליו ונפל מידו ונאבד או נמאס. צריך לחזור לברך אף על פי שהיה מאותו המין לפניו יותר כשברך על הראשון. Let's say you say a bracha on an apple and you're next to a river. And just before you partook from that apple, the apple fell into the river and went downstream. Or let's say it was a peeled grape, let's say, and you say a bracha on it, and just about you eat it, it fell into the dust, and now you can no longer eat it. Even though there is more of that same fruit in front of you, you need to say a bracha again, because the bracha that you said is done specifically on that food that you had in your hand, that you had in front of you, that you had right there, that you said the bracha on. If that is no longer there, not longer edible, you should say a bracha again on another fruit before you partake from it. וצריך לומר, ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד, אל תוציא שם שמיים לבטלה. However, since you pronounce the name of Hashem in vain, You said it on the first fruit and it fell, he could no longer eat it. You have to say bracha again. What happens with the name of Hashem that you mentioned in that first beracha? You must say Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed, blessing Hashem, and saying this pasuk, this Baruch Shem Kevod Le'olam Va'ed, to make up for the fact that you said the name of Hashem in vain. Then that would make it, that would correct that situation, because you're praising and you're blessing the name of Hashem. ואם אמר כשנפל ברוך אתה השם, ולא אמר אלוקינו יסיים ויאמר למדני כוחך שנראה כקורא פסוק. What about if he said Baruch אתה Hashem, and at that moment the apple or the whatever fell from your hand and you could no longer eat it? You didn't say the whole beracha, you just said Baruch אתה Hashem. At that moment you say למדני חוקיך, teach me חוקיך, your laws. And the reason for saying these two extra words is because we have a pasuk in Tehillim that says Baruch atah Adonai lamedeni hukecha. Then the name of Hashem was not said in vain. You started the beracha Baruch atah Hashem, and then you could no longer finish the beracha. You continue lamedeni hukecha, and you said the pasuk. And when the name of Hashem is mentioned as part of a full pasuk, it's not said in vain. Teaches us also the importance to be very, very careful not to say the name of Hashem is vain, but always that it should be involved in the beracha, and to be very careful with that. And if by chance you said the name of Hashem in vain, then you say Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed in order to correct that. And if the name of Hashem is mentioned as part of a pasuk, then of course it's not in vain, because you said a pasuk, whether it's from Tehillim or from the Torah, or from Nevi'im, as long as the pasuk is said in full, and the name of Hashem is considered to be to have been said for a purpose. That was the halakha psuka for today from Chok L'Israel. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.